Never thought it would be so hard.
Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Hills. I am a very busy working mum to two boys, and I'm currently pregnant with my third boy. I'm also 40 years old. This is definitely my last pregnancy, and so I wanted to document this to make sure that I remember all of the details that I'm probably going to forget. And I also wanted to be able to share it with you.
Not everyone judging me.
Welcome to week 22 of my pregnancy update. Thank you so much for following along. Normally this channel was intended to talk about all things to do with being a very busy working mum, balancing, the kids, the career and lifestyle. However, I recently fell pregnant with surprise baby number 3. This was definitely not on the roadmap, but of course we are over the moon, and I am documenting this journey week by week. This week is week 22. There is not a massive amount to update on because what I remember from previous pregnancies and also I'm feeling with this pregnancy is that there isn't a huge amount that seems to happen between around week 21 and 26, which I think is when you hit the third trimester. So really this week has just been about the kind of regular roller coaster journey that we all go on with the hormones of pregnancy. And there are really a few things that have happened this week. One, there is the ongoing anxiety about this pregnancy. That's down to knowing that this is my last pregnancy and also falling into a high risk category relatively recently. Sleep, and how sleep just seems to be impacted day by day, week by week. Thirdly, this balance of work and how that's going, how that ties in to being pregnant. And then the final thing is the ongoing baby brain, which led me to make a pretty crazy decision this week. So talking about emotions, first of all, my emotions have been incredibly erratic this week. I have at moments felt the most joyous I could ever feel, incredibly positive about everything, just feeling this immense sense of gratitude and happiness. And then at other times I feel incredibly hopeless and low, and this feeling that I'm not doing good enough at anything. This, I'm sure, is all down to hormones, but I am really struggling to regulate the mood swings throughout the days. The mood swings can go from feeling fantastic in the morning to feeling okay in the afternoon to feeling terrible in the evening to feeling slightly better again by the time I go to bed. And it's really frustrating because I can't quite put my finger on what it is that is causing those highs and lows. If I'm honest, I think it's just about balancing the stress of juggling my 2 kids and an incredibly demanding job. We're trying to get maternity cover at the moment. I'm trying to ensure that my team will be okay when I step out. All of those things I recognize there's a number of them not in my control. I'm feeling a little stressed. The good news, and I think all we can do, and for anyone else feeling like this right now, is to have a sense at least of awareness of how you are feeling in the moment and recognize the times where you previously felt like that and it has quickly gone and you felt much better. You also just need to be kind to yourself. This is, an emotional journey anyway, and so if you feel like you might just need to get to bed a bit earlier, watch some trash on TV and just look after yourself, then do it, because your mental health is most important. The other thing I'm going to try and do next week is get out for more walks during the day and have fresh air. That means for me really looking at the calls that I don't have to do in front of my screen, or the meetings I don't have to do in front of my screen, and making sure that I plan that time in. I know it's going to be much better for my overall health, mental and physical, but at the moment I've really not been doing it, and so I've been doing meetings, multitasking at the same time. All of that is not good for us. I spoke about sleep last week, and it's still erratic as well, much like the emotions. So I definitely don't need as much sleep, but there are points where I feel completely exhausted throughout the day, especially without the same levels of caffeine that we were used to before. I just seem to be sleeping very lightly. I'm also, and this feeds into the anxiety, the anxiousness, so really conscious of the baby's movements throughout the night. And so I think I'm waking myself up to make sure that the baby is moving, and then allowing myself to go back to sleep again. As I hear myself talking, I realise that I am not doing well with the levels of anxiety about this pregnancy. I think I'm disguising that very well throughout the day with my friends and my family, but if I'm really honest with myself, I am not in a healthy mindset when it comes to the anxiety levels that I'm feeling about this pregnancy and about it continuing to go well. If anyone has any advice or comments to share, please do leave them down below. I'm sure many people, especially slightly older mums, have struggled with the same thing. I know of friends that have done IVF, and the anxiety levels and the roller coasters that come with that is way more intense again. Please let's do share with each other, you know, coping mechanisms for that. I would take anything right now. All of this is slightly linked together with what I was saying before, but nesting has taken on a whole other meaning in this pregnancy. I have really wanted to nest as a family. We have gone out a little bit socially for day trips and so on, but almost all of the time I have people, our friends and family, come to this house, our house, and, you know, hang out here. And I think it's just the attachment to my home and my family environment right now. And there are some social occasions that I have not been going to, especially in the centre of London, because I don't want to be that far away from home. I am also high risk, so I don't really want to be on packed tubes or exposed to COVID very much. But I think it comes down to nesting. I think I just really want to start that nesting and that security early to try and protect the pregnancy as much as possible. There's definitely a theme in this video today. I have a midwife appointment. I think it's not this week coming, but the following week. And so I will definitely chat a little bit about the anxiety and see if there's anything that they would recommend. So I think that is everything really for the updates this week. I don't think that we will have anything too eventful to talk about between week 21 and 26, as I mentioned before, but I will continue to share this nonetheless with you. And if you have any requests to chat about different experiences in the pregnancy, then please do leave a comment below. And let me show you the bump at 22 weeks. So this is my 22-week bump. I'm not wearing a maternity dress, but I'm definitely wearing a very stretchy dress. This is a kind of summer beach dress, and it has been really lovely weather here, which is why I'm wearing it. I have quite a round bump for 22 weeks, nothing too uncomfortable, and I feel pretty good right now. I don't feel like I need any support or anything that will help with, you know, aches and pains. I think so far this has been relatively smooth sailing. Oh my goodness, so I recorded this video hours ago It was light outside, the kids weren't in bed yet, and I realised when I was editing I forgot to share one major part of this week's update with you, which was baby brain. And is there any better example of having baby brain than actually forgetting to record the section of the video where I spoke about having baby brain? I mentioned earlier in the video that I'm still having major baby brain and that I made a pretty bad decision this week, and I'm fully blaming the baby brain. Basically what happened was I took my two kids to an amazing park near us, but a very busy park. There was only one car parking space in the car park, and our car is huge, mostly because I have two kids and I'm about to have a third, and so I know I need buggy space, etc, etc. Anyway, I somehow managed to park my car in this one tiny space and squeeze the kids out. And when it came time to leave the park, I had to then reverse out of that space. And basically, as I reversed, I got out of the space. The sensor started beeping because there wasn't a lot of room. And instead of me moving the car into drive to go forward, I took my foot off the gas and it went back into the car behind me. And I feel so stupid. I mean, that was really just unbelievable. I don't know how I allowed myself to do that. And of course the kids were like, "Oh my God, Mum, what did you do? That was awful. That was such a crazy thing to do." And they were also really sweet as well. But I was just like, oh my God, maybe I shouldn't even be allowed to drive. So baby brain is well and truly still there. And don't worry, the owners of the vehicle were not around, but I did contact the police. So they have all my details. It wasn't actually bad damage at all. I think my car got it worse than theirs, but hopefully they will get in touch with the police and I can find them and pay for any damage. So that is all for 22 weeks. I will be back next week with an update for week 23. But in the meantime, if you just want to see life daily, please do follow along Work.Life.Mum on both Instagram and TikTok, because there is lots more content on there. And please do like and subscribe to this channel to come along on this journey with me. Have a lovely, lovely week, and I will see you for week 23. Take care, bye.